What's up, guys? How we doing on this beautiful Friday? Welcome to Ask Ricky Live. Do this every week. My name is Ricky Caruth. I'm at my headquarters at Remax of Orange Beach. I'm a 15-year real estate agent. I sell over 100 properties a year. I do these live Q&As. I normally have a topic that I talk about and then take questions from agents all over the country. So I'm trying out some new software today. This is BeLive TV. I think I'm going to try another one next week and just kind of see how that goes. So anyway, I'm trying to get cranked up here. I've been showing property all day and had some listing appointments, made some phone calls. So I'm just going to give a little time for people to log on here. I hope everybody can hear me okay on this new software. You know, it's a little cloudy today on the beach down here. I'm in South Alabama, right against the Florida line. I hope you are doing well. I am, I've closed 35 properties this year so far, closed. That's $12 million in real estate. This is my under contract board behind me. I've got $5 million worth of property under contract right now. So I'm real excited about the way this year started out. Somebody comment for me and let me know if you can hear me okay. That'd be great. Today, I wanted to talk about how to dominate your niche market. So I'm real excited about that. What's up, Renee? Hey, can somebody comment and tell me that that you can hear me good? Okay, cool, guys. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about how to dominate your niche market, okay? So, just to kind of get going here, real estate, the very reason that real estate agents have not been replaced by technology is because of the simple fact that realtors are needed because every market is so different. Real estate is such a niche market within itself locally. You have to have a local expert that's on top of the market to help you and consult you as a buyer or seller, to accomplish your goals. If you're not doing it every day, you don't know what's going on with the market because it changes so quick. So, real estate itself is a niche, every single local market, okay? Well, if you want to absolutely dominate your market, you have to dominate a niche market. You have to become a specialist of a particular niche sector in your market. Okay, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about how to dominate your niche, and then I want to take some questions from everybody, and then just kind of go from there. So the first part about dominating your niche is to pick a niche, right? And that's kind of up to you. You have to decide what you want to be a specialist in. You have to decide, and when you make the decision, that's your decision. You got to stick with it, and you got to commit. Okay, so the best way to figure out what you want to sell is what makes you feel good. What properties do you like the most? Okay, another thing is pick properties that have a nice turnover, that sell quite often. The properties that I sell, they turn over on average every 2 or 3 years, right? So that's a pretty strong turnaround. Pick properties that turn around the quickest and sell for the most money. To tell you the truth, it doesn't really matter what your niche is. All that matters is that you pick one and you commit to it and you absolutely dominate it. Okay, so we want to pick a niche, and we want to become a specialist in that niche and own that niche, right? And it doesn't matter what the niche is. Okay, I don't want you to not pick a niche because you feel like it's saturated with other agents. Like that all these other agents are, concentrating on this particular niche, and that you don't feel like there's room for you. Okay, that's BS, guys. There's plenty of room for everybody across every sector of every market. Okay, there's always room for an agent who's going to be honest, work hard, create value for people. Always. If you do what you say you're going to do, and work hard, and people know they can depend on you, it doesn't matter how many agents. You're going to beat out most all the agents if you follow that guideline. Okay, so when you're picking your niche, don't pick your niche based on how many agents are working that particular niche. For everybody, you can work 24 hours a day for the rest of your life and not sleep at all, and still not even scratch the surface of the business that's out there. Okay, so don't pick it based on how many agents are working that niche. Pick it based on how you feel about the property. Okay. I had a quick question. I want to get to it while I'm on this subject. Honey asked, how do we determine turnaround? Your local board should be able to kind of tell you that, and also, look in your MLS, kind of get a feel for it. Every area is different, so just kind of, do a little research your MLS, research your board, ask questions, figure out what's the best, figure out what you feel like you're going to fit the best into. Okay, so pick a niche. All right, once you pick a niche, we're going to move over to creating a market presence in that niche. Okay, this is where you really step it up a notch. This is where you just start going crazy. All right, so once we pick the niche, to establish market presence, what we're going to do is, first phase of market presence is researching. Okay, we're going to learn everything we can about the market of that niche. Okay, how many houses have sold over the last 5 years? You're going to look at as many of the details of all the sales as you can, pictures if you can, history of the houses or condos or commercial or lots, whatever this niche is. Okay, then we're going to go look at every single listing that's available right now. We're going to walk through and really get a good feel for the area, the market, the properties. We're going to talk to everybody we can when we go look at the listings. If there's people just walking around, other owners, tenants, we're going to talk to them. Want to absolutely know everything about that niche. Okay, we don't want to spend too much time on this because we got to get to work, right? But we want to spend a little time to learn this niche, and when you do this, that's only going to be the first phase of your learning. You're going to actually continue learning forever from then on. You're never going to learn everything. So learn as much as you can in a short amount of time, okay? And start to create that presence that you're a part of it, that you're going to own this niche, okay? Then we're going to move over to the actual creating a presence in that niche, okay? This is where we start blasting everybody with phone calls, letters, emails. You can do door knocking. I've never done door knocking before, but I'm not against it, okay? So, but you need to do everything. Lawrence is trying to answer your question here. Number of units sold divided by total number of units over 2 to 3 average, the percentage of the turnover. All right, thank you, Lawrence. Okay, back to creating a market presence. Okay, we want to become known as the specialist in this market. Okay, so we want to blast everything. We want to talk to as many owners as we can. We want to start advertising for buyers that might want that type of property. Um, you know, when we talk to these people, we want to create, long-lasting relationships. Okay, we're just gonna just absolutely want to talk to every single owner in that niche market that we can all day, every day, and also advertise for buyers. Put ads out about that type of property that would attract the type of buyer that would want that type of property. Okay, so now we have buyers coming to us that want property within the niche market that we decided we wanted to dominate. And at the same time, we're talking to owners every single day about, dominating this niche. Now, if you want to know more about what to say over the phone, I did a really cool interview with Pat Hyben a couple weeks ago. It's on the Zero to Diamond group wall. Just scroll down and listen to it. I go into pretty much depth about what to say over the phone, how to take somebody that's not interested and turn them into somebody who you start a lifelong relationship with, right? So I turn a no/not interested into a lifelong relationship of many deals, referrals, so on and so forth. It's beautiful. The phone to me is your best friend. So cold call, cold call, cold call. Use my scripts. Okay, it's all there for you. All right. Okay, this is the big one right here, guys. Okay, once you have picked your niche, once you have created a market presence and everybody knows that you are the guy that is going to own this niche market, okay, and you've done your research, you know all about it, you've talked to tons of owners, right? You got their email addresses, you took them out to lunch, okay, you're starting to build a database of people in that niche market, okay, buyers and sellers, okay, and you're going deep with these relationships, okay, you don't care necessarily about the deal, all right, you want to create value, okay, you want to create value to them in order for a lifelong relationship in exchange, okay, so how do we create value, okay, to a niche market? This is beautiful. The best way that I've seen to create value to owners in a niche market is to be the very first realtor that updates them on any market activity in their niche. Okay, so as soon as a listing hits the market, as soon as a closing happens, as soon as something goes pending, as soon as something expires, let the whole niche know, let your entire database know, right? So I do weekly reports, that keeps everybody on top of the market. My database is so big. I normally have all the closed sales. I do everything in that email to keep everybody on top of the market. I create so much value with that I'm the first realtor that gives them the market information. So here's the thing, even if you're brand new in real estate, right? There's going to be new listings in your niche this week or next week or the week after. There's going to be closings in this niche, right? There's always a new closing, always a new listing. Okay, so as you're watching the market and something happens, be the first one to initiate the contact to let everybody know about what's going on in that niche. That creates value. That creates some serious value, okay? Also, when you're talking to these people, don't just talk about real estate. Talk about non-real estate stuff, okay? Family stuff, event stuff. All right, take them to lunch, hang out with them for a bit, right? Build a strong, deep relationships, okay? So you become known as a market expert and you become known as somebody who doesn't necessarily care about the deal. You care about the people. You're creating friends, okay? So that's how I've created my business. I went through the market crash. I lost everything. I was sleeping in my car. I went bankrupt. And I realized that what I did wrong the first 5 years of my career was I didn't create relationships. You know, I cared more about the deal than I did about the relationship, and that's what hurt me in the end. As soon as I realized that, I turned my life around and I started working for people instead of deals, and my business has skyrocketed. This year I've closed 35 transactions so far for $12 million, and I have $5 million worth of property under contract. And I'm not saying that to brag at all. I just want you to know that it took me 15 years of trial and error to get here. And now I want to share everything I've learned with you. Okay, so maybe it can prevent you from making some of the same mistakes I did in terms of, you know, I was more worried about the deal than I was about the people, and it showed. And people knew that. And so I didn't get any past clients or referrals. Now I spend half my time on past clients and referrals and half my time on new people, trying to get them into my sphere. And I do over 100 deals a year. Okay? So create value for people. And, you know, in business, you want to create more value to them than they give to you. Right? You know, I have a saying that I go by. I haven't said it in a long time, but I always used to say, the more time I waste on people, the more money I make. Right? When I turn my business and my life around, I have this saying that the more time I waste on people, the more money I made. Right? So if somebody wanted to go see a piece of property that maybe may or may not could have bought it, or, you know, a listing that was overpriced, or, you know, I don't know. You guys know all the situations that you feel like you're wasting your time talking to somebody on the phone that doesn't necessarily even want to buy or sell, but you spend time with them. I'm telling you guys, wasting time on people and spending time with them in order to create these relationships is the key. And the more time you waste on people, the more money you make. So I hope that makes sense to you.
Okay.
Do you guys like my new little software here? I'm going to do another one that's even better, you know, in a couple of weeks, but this one's pretty cool. So we want to create value. So we got to pick our niche. We have to create a market presence, right? Then we're going to create value.
What is it on there that
Okay, and the fourth and final step to absolute dominating your niche is the most important one, to be consistent. Whenever you pick your niche and you start sending postcards, sending emails, stuff like that, you're going to do this forever. You're never going to stop. You're going to send them postcards, letters, emails, phone calls every month, right? Forever. So when you pick a niche, and this is what I tell people who can't necessarily afford, 2,000 postcards a month. Start out with 50, something you can afford every month, okay? And then don't raise it up to 100 until you know for sure that when you add that next 50, that you can do it forever, right? So grow slow. Grow your farm area and grow your database slow, okay? You want to go slow and deep with everybody instead of trying to explode into thousands of relationships overnight. You know, a lot of people want to do this business and become like a huge success overnight. And they want to, they want that magic penny that's going to create all these really strong relationships that are so strong, overnight. But this business in general, no business works like that. You have to build your business slow and strong, right? If you build it fast and quick, it'll crumble like mine did. Okay, I built it fast and weak, and it crumbled. But since then, I've grown it slow and strong. Okay, strong meaning deep, deep relationships, right? I have so many clients that will never use any other agent because they know I'm going to be right there for them every single time. I always answer my phone. I always do what I say I'm going to do. So let's go back through it. If we're going to dominate our niche, okay, first you got to pick a niche. Okay. Then you got to create a market presence and blitz that niche and let them know you're here and that you know what you're talking about. You know the sales, you know the listings, you know the history. All right. Then we're going to create value to people by being the first realtor that gives them the market information. Okay. And then, more importantly, we're going to be consistent with all of this forever. Okay. We're going to commit for the long term. So give me 1 second, guys. I want to check my assistant's phone and see if for some reason I'm not getting questions here. Or if you guys just aren't asking questions. I don't know. If you are, I would like to answer them. If not, I understand that too. Give me 1 second.
Wait, 2005.
I don't know how to work this. Are you guys asking any questions?
You know, didn't you already give us the survey? Oh, okay. I feel like not necessarily.
Give me a second, guys.
They just do title work. They don't do the actual surveys.
Okay, I got one here.
Fine.
How often do you circle prospect the niche? Well, man, thank you, George. Actually,
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, they write it up.
let me make sure I don't have other questions here that
We
I'm.
have the counter, and then we have to type that counter in, and then you agree to it, sign it, and we
Let
send
me
it
make
back
sure
to
I'm not.
them, and then they'll execute the
Questions here,
contract. We have to type that counter in.
Okay, cool.
No,
Make sure I'm
All right. So, how often do I circle prospect the niche? I send postcards every single month. Okay, and if by circle prospecting you mean calling them,
And then they'll execute the contract.
to be honest with you, ma'am, I'm always moving forward. I'll probably go through, I don't know, 500 or 1,000 people, which will take me a while.
I have on file.
And I'll take what I can get out of that, and then, you know, maybe I'll turn around. You know, where I'm at right now, I just go forward. I don't go back. I don't go back and call people I didn't get a hold of or this or that. I just try to get the people that I did talk to and had a good conversation with. I capture them. I enter them into my sphere. And then, you know, the people that I didn't get a hold of, it's kind of hard for me to go back there. I may go back there in a couple years, right? But if I'm a new agent, I'm probably going to go through maybe 1,000 calls, and then I'll go back and call all the people back and see if the people that I didn't get a hold of, and get them, try to get a hold of them. So does that answer your question, man? I mean, if it's phone calls, I'm gonna call them back maybe once every 2 years, or if I'm new, I'll probably call them back once every 6 months. You know, I'm gonna send a postcard every month. I'm gonna send an email every week. So I hope that helps with that.
Go ahead and forward that over to the buyer's agent, give his buyers. I'm going to send that to you.
Guys, I don't see any other questions. Good deal, George.
It is right. Don't have to worry about.
I don't know if this new software is making it to where people didn't really know or didn't really notify people. I'm not sure. Because it seems like there's normally about 40 people on the live stream. There's about 10 now, so which is fine. A lot of people will watch it after the fact. You know, for the people that are watching, just to create a little value for you guys, I'll tell you my number one characteristic. Okay, one of the number one characteristics for winners in this world is the way they recover from rejection or something negative that happens. Okay? Seriously, like the number one, they did a study, the number one characteristic of winners and people who are highly successful is the way they recover, how quickly they recover from something, from a rejection or something negative, right? So think about that for a second.
Okay.
You know, if something bad happens to you
This is our
or something,
It's Chris.
you know, negative, or if you're rejected in some kind of way,
This is our office line. So if you have any questions-
you know, brush it off really quick and keep moving forward, okay? Because that is the number one characteristic of a highly successful person. If you want to be highly successful, then learn how to brush off stuff that happens to you that's negative, okay? I'll give you an example. I did a deal last week for $1.2 million, okay? It was at a condo in Perdido Key,
That's
Florida.
perfect. Thank you so much.
1.2 million. It's my buyer. You know, we're looking good. It's a cash deal. Okay. I'm happy because this is going to be the biggest deal that I've done since 2010. I haven't done a deal over $1 million since 2010, just so y'all know. Right. So, you know, everybody thinks Ricky's probably knocking down all these big deals. No. My average sales 300,000, which is probably a lot to some of you guys, but it's really low compared to a lot of other guys that are killing it on my level, right? So I have to sell a lot more properties to get where I'm at. But I did this deal for 1.2 million, and yesterday the buyer called, wants to back out, right? He doesn't like the way the association dues are and all that stuff, right? Stuff with the association. He didn't really like it. So that was a blow, right? 1.2 million down the drain, you know, that's a blow. But what did I do? I said, okay, game on. I came to the office, I got to work, I put one under contract for 765. I put a lot under for 170. I got a listing for 399. I got another listing for 459. I don't know what all I did yesterday, the truth. It was way more than 1.2 million worth of stuff. Okay. So if I would have just felt sorry for myself and, you know, said, you know, and got upset and maybe just kind of felt down and didn't have the energy, the positive energy, right? Then I wouldn't have got all those other deals, right? The way you feel and the way you project your feelings to other people and your clients is what you're going to get in return, right? So if you have a positive outlook, even though things are not great, or you know, if you're just a positive person in general, you're going to do more business because that's going to radiate off you onto other people and your clients and come right back to you, right? But when you feel bad and you feel down and stuff and you feel sorry for yourself, then that's going to show, and and people aren't going to want to necessarily deal with you as much as somebody who's positive like me. So, you know, if I'm in your market and I'm more positive than you, then I'm probably going to take your business, right? So use that, guys. You know, remember, like I said, the number one characteristic of winners is how fast they recover from something negative. A $1.2 million went down the drain that morning. By lunch, I'm doing another $2 million worth of stuff. Okay? So let's take a question, guys. What do you say? Tony here asks, can you explain that turnover in your niche market again? Sorry, I'm not clear how to figure it out. Okay. Well, look, man, here's kind of the breakdown of it. I don't have any kind of formulas or anything. Let's see. Lawrence said something. Let's see what he said here. Number of units sold divided by total number of units over 2-3 average for that percentage of turnover. Whatever that means, right? So, to be honest with you, Tony, it's just a feel thing, man. I mean, you can try to get technical and look at all the statistics and stuff. Like I say, talk to your board. You know, the board of realtors in your area should know. Look at your MLS. But, you know, if you look at your MLS over the last year and all the properties that sold, you should be able to get a feel for what properties are selling for the best price, the quickest. Okay, they're turning over the best. Think investment properties. Okay, it seems like investment properties, people it's just about the money. They want to turn and burn. make something and go. Second home, vacation homes, those are good turnovers, right? So, Tony, please get with me, man, if you don't completely understand what I'm saying here. Ask something deeper if that didn't answer it, and or get with me after this show. I'll be glad to get with you, man. Okay, Lawrence, man, he says, hard work, prospect, work hard, trust the process. That's where my mindset is. Exactly, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Working hard, guys, work ethic. Okay, here's the thing. Like, okay, we're not all gonna start practicing basketball, right? And then just be in the NBA in like 5 or 10 years, right? We don't all have the DNA that it takes to actually be an NBA basketball player, okay? So we can't control that, okay? And we can't control what other people do, and we can't control what agents are gonna deal with whatever niches. But what we can control is our work ethic, okay? I can control how much I hustle. I can control what I'm gonna do on a daily basis, right? That's what I could control. So that's what I'm going to worry about, my work ethic, right? What gives me a strong work ethic? Well, I grew up roofing houses for one, but I have a strong why, right? I have a strong why, which is to help people. I want to help people in real estate. I want to help people, buyers and sellers. I want to help my family. I want to help my friends, my coworkers, everybody, okay? So I have a strong love for people. I genuinely care, and so it makes me work harder. And I have a strong work ethic because I have a strong why, okay? And I base all my goals around my actions, not the results. When I make a goal, it's not to make $1 million at the end of the year. It is to make this many phone calls and to send this many postcards and to do this many listing appointments, okay? I want to put my actions at the heart of the goal, not the results, because I can't control the results. Work ethic, guys. John Team says, hard work and cold calls work. John Team is an agent that I've been working with for maybe 4 or 5 months. He has like 3 or 4 properties under contract. This guy's been doing everything I said, making 50 calls a day. It doesn't happen overnight, but he is a prime example of what it takes to actually succeed in this business. 80% of agents fail in this business. So if you don't have that it factor of somebody that's just going to do whatever it takes, then it's going to be real hard for you to even survive in this business. So making 50 to 100 calls every day, working hard every single day, doing everything you can to make deals happen, and work hard, make calls, work hard, make calls, right? Dominate your niche.
Maybe my email not on my server.
Let's see what else we got here, man. Okay, Richard's got a long one here. He said, I came in late on the call, so it's okay if you already answered this question. I'll watch again. I want to buy a condo next to me, but can't afford it. So I'd like to be an agent for the building. Say if I throw you next to this building and ask you to start making money on it without being residents, what would you do? Need to know your marketing plan and your approach step by step. Let me see if I understand what you're saying here, man. Condo, be an agent for the building. Say if I throw you. Okay, let's see. Let me just hide that real quick so you guys can see me. Okay, so Richard, I think what you're trying to ask me, tell me if I'm wrong, is you're just asking me if I just dropped you next to a condo or something, and you want to know what I would do to dominate that building. If I was just an agent out of nowhere and I just decided I want to just dominate a building. Give me a thumbs up on that if I'm on the right track, and I'll answer that question. Lauren, 56 years old and new at real estate. That is amazing. That's incredible, man. Okay. Richard says exactly. So here's the thing, man. I did kind of go through this. Let me go through it step by step real quick. Okay, pick a niche. You already picked your niche. You got that building you want to do, okay? Now you're going to create a market presence. You're going to go look at every listing that's there. You're gonna study the entire property, okay, in and out, every unit you can get in, all the amenities, location, okay. Then you're going to study the history of the sales. You're going to know everything about it, physically and market-wise, for the past, as long as it's been there, right? Okay, then we're going to start sending postcards every single month and calling every single owner there, and we're going to create an ad for buyers about that building. We're going to have the name of the building, everything about it. Call Richard, right? So we're gonna go for sellers and buyers of that building. Okay, so we're gonna build a database of people that own there and of people that may want to buy there. Okay, and as our database is growing of those people, now we're gonna create value to all those people. How do we do that? Okay, we have we start acquiring email addresses of all these people. Okay. And you're going to send postcards out and emails every time something happens in the market, a new listing, a new sale, something's pending, whatever. Okay, anything that's happening in the market, you're going to be the first realtor to let them know. That creates value. Okay, that creates value to those people. Okay, then we're going to do this forever. We're going to send them postcards every month. We're going to create value for them every day. Okay, we're going to create relationships every second of our life forever. For that niche market, we're going to become a specialist. We're going to say on our business cards, so-and-so specialist, right? So-and-so specialist. I hope that helps, man. But the main thing is to just talk to owners, buyers, and sellers, and create a database, stay connected with them forever, and never stop and work hard, right? I hope that helps you with that. What's up, Chris? He says value comes in many ways. It sure does, man. We're talking specifically about dominating a niche market. I mean, you're right. There are many, many ways to create value. I like being the agent that lets everybody know what's going on with the market before any other agent. I like doing lunches. I like talking to them about stuff that's non-real estate related. I like to give them gift cards. I do many, many things, give them rides. I do all kinds of stuff to create value. Anything I can do. They know that I'm there for them. When they know they can depend on me, and that I'm going to be there for them no matter what. It doesn't have to be real estate related, and that I don't care about the deal, I care about them. That's creating value. What up, George? He says, how big is your current niche that you mail out to? I send about 2,500 postcards a month. Right, Christy?
Yep.
2,500 a month. Maybe 1,500 of those are $1 million and up. And another 1,000 are, 300,000 to 500,000, somewhere around in there. So I do it every single month. I never stop. And believe it or not, guys, I'll tell you, I've gotten deals off of postcards. Like I'm going to do a deal, I'll make like 60 or 70 grand off of a postcard. They got postcards from me for 3 years. And I could never find their phone number, so I never did talk to them over the phone or anything, right? And then all of a sudden, they called me and said, you've been sending us postcards for 3 years, and we're ready to do the deal. So they're selling their condo for $765. They're buying a condo for $650 that I'm getting both sides of. And those people, because of that happened, I contacted these other people. They're buying something for $1 million. So it's postcards really do work, and they're becoming more and more relevant because more people are putting their money online. More people are spending money online and kind of going away from the direct mail. So I feel like direct mail is becoming more and more relevant in today's market. So, there's your little nugget. I think that's important. Consistency is the main thing, though. I know people that do mail outs for a year and quit because they said they didn't get anything. Listen to what I just said. This lady got a postcard from me for 3 years and then called me. Okay? Like I said, never stop. Do it forever. Forever. Chris says, would you hold a neighborhood gathering in the neighborhood to reach out to many owners at one time to introduce yourself? I absolutely would. I've never done that, but I absolutely would do that. I've always been the kind of guy that I'm just in the office working. I haven't been a big event kind of guy. So, everybody has their own thing. And I think if you want to experiment, that is awesome. Do a big event for the neighborhood owners and get to know them. That is an awesome idea. Of course, where I'm at, most of my people they live all over the country. It's Gulfront condos, so people live all over the country, and I don't really have that luxury, I guess. I guess I could for like neighborhoods not directly on the beach, but I don't focus on that stuff. I don't focus on it, and I have to spend time where I feel like the most money's at. So, great idea, Chris. Yes, absolutely. I would do that in a heartbeat. George says, again, is that to cover all three different markets, luxury, mid, and low price point? Let's see. What did I say? What was that a question about? How many postcards I send out and stuff? Absolutely. I mean, I don't know exactly what you're asking me about, but what I'm telling you is postcards every month, email, phone calls every day. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, he says about the mailers. Yeah. Yeah, this works for any kind of market, right? Any market. Luxury, mid, low price. I don't really know why you would do low price. I don't know what price you're talking about, but you have to do mid price because that's the hot point. That's where the money's at. Okay, that's the biggest turnarounds at mid level, that 200 to 400 price range. That's what really moves, right? That's where you get a good commission, and they move pretty good. Okay, so I like to live there in the 200 to 400 range, and then I like to dabble in the luxury stuff. Like I said, I haven't done a deal over $1 million since 2010. Okay, I'm going to do some this year. I got several in the works, so I'm excited about that. But to answer your question, yes, postcards every month, emails every week, phone calls every day. Okay, guys, I'm just getting started here. I'm just getting warmed up, man, with these questions. So you guys keep them coming. Richard asks, if you do your mailers, calls, etc., typically how long before you get a listing on average? Okay, like I said, man, the way that my mindset with this is not focused on the results. I can't control when somebody's going to say, I'm ready to list, I'm ready to sell, I'm ready to buy. I can't control that. Okay, all I can control is the fact that I'm going to make this many calls and send this many postcards, do this many mailers, send this many emails, right, and work this many hours. That's all I can. To answer your question, if you're getting after it, you're calling 50 people, 100 people a day, and you're doing the mailers every month. You're collecting email addresses from people you talk to, put them in a database, sending them mail out, sending them emails every week. Okay. You're going to get, listings. My buddy, John Teen, I'll get his right here. Okay. This is a new agent in my area. It took him 4 months to actually sell something, and he was getting after it every single day. Okay. Every single day he was busting down calls, sending postcards, doing everything I asked him to do. And it took him 4 or 5 months to get something under contract. Okay. So, and I know people that were in the business a week that got like 3 listings. Okay. So there's no like magic formula. There's no, you can't control the results and what's going to happen. You can only control your actions and how hard you're going to work. So find your why and use that to motivate you to work hard every single day. Right. And in turn, make goals around how much work you're going to do. And then just let the results happen. Just let the results happen. Don't worry about the deal. Worry about the people and let the results happen. What up, Stephanie? She asked, do you make your assistant responsible for designing and labeling postcards? Okay, I use Vistaprint and I use Express Copy. So those are two companies that you design the postcard online, and then you give them the addresses, and then they mail them out for you. They make them and mail them out for you, so you don't have to do anything. So basically what I do is on my just listed and just sold postcards, we have a standard format that we use. And I just let her do those because it's the same every time. We just change the picture out, put just listed, just sold, whatever, right? Okay, but then like whenever I want to do a special mail out, you know, to like $1 million buildings or this or that, I'll design those. And then once I design it, then I'll have her deal with getting it sent out to the right people. So yeah, she does a lot of it as far as just listed, just sold. And then I do a little bit on the designing for like the you know, some of the special mail outs I want to do. I want to make sure they're you know, specific. Thank you for the question, Chris. He asked, are your mailers different for each price point, or are they uniformed as one? Pretty much uniformed as one. You know, like I say, I'm in that, I have that, you know, 200 to 400 or 300 to 500 market that I send to, and then I have the $1 million and up market. Really, all those people are millionaires, you know. So sometimes I do a special mail out for, you know, the luxury people. I do switch it up, man. To tell you the truth, I just not always. Sometimes I'll send the same mail out to everybody, and then I may do that for several months, and then one month I may decide I want to do letters to the people. You know, I'll go from postcards to letters. I may do letters, or you know, then I may do one postcard to this building, you know, a different postcard to each building about their specific building or neighborhood, and you know, whatever's going on in the market at the time. So I do mix it up, but I also do the same mail out too. So Honey asked, what messages do I put on my just listed, just sold? Nothing special, man. I just do just listed, you know, the unit number or address. Yeah, normally I don't put the price, you know, maybe that'll get them to call me. You can put the price. Sometimes that'll make them call you. So, you know, I think the main thing, guys, with mail outs, I'm getting a lot of questions about mail outs. I think the main thing is to try to build your brand, make them look the same every time. Try to make them look the same every time, right? Yeah, it's generic, but try to make, you know, try to brand yourself, right? Try not to mix up the colors, you know, try to do the same colors and stuff to where they know when they see it, they see the colors and they think, boom, you know, that's Ricky's mail out, right? But yeah, the just listed, just as long as they see your name that you just listed or just sold something, you know, like I say, it's probably going to be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 years before they call you. So one mail out, you know, the way you design one mail out is not going to be the make it or break it for you. The fact that you send them every single month for 10 years is going to be the make it or break it. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? The make it or break it is the consistency, not necessarily what's on the postcards. But try to make the postcards good, but don't play so much into what's on the postcards. Come on, guys. I'm just getting warm. Oh, I'm excited. Our market is on fire down here. It's not like it was when the boom was happening, but you know, I just had 3 months, January, February, March, 100,000 a month, all 3 months. Never had 100,000 a month ever, and I started out 2017 with 3 of them. And April isn't looking too bad. Tony, okay, look, man, whenever I talk to somebody, a new prospect or something, what I'm thinking when I talk to them is I'm going to sell them something in 5 or 10 years, right? I'm always thinking long term, dude. I'm thinking 2025, 2030. Okay, so it's not going to happen overnight. And when you think that you project yourself that way to people, they see that, and they see that you don't care about the deal today, that you more care about what they want to accomplish with their life, and now never using ever. You're the realtor for life once you show them that. Richard, what's the most expensive item / value gift you've ever given a client? Is there a specific target in terms of profit margin you aim for? The most expensive thing I ever got somebody, probably a couple $100. You know, I've definitely done some dinners that were like $200 or $300. You know, for like a whole family and stuff. You know, I've gotten some things. You know, I've been doing this so long. I've given out all kinds of stuff, so I can't think specifically. I know there's been a lot of $100, you know, closing gifts and stuff like that. But you know, is there a specific target in terms of profit margin aim for? Not at all. I don't even think about that. I just go, if you know what I mean. I just try to just, you know, just go, basically. I don't really think about the numbers too much. I know that they're going to fall in line at some point. So, you know, to tell you the truth, you know, I don't have a CRM. You know, everybody asks me that. I don't have one of those. All my clients are in my phone. You know, I'm not real organized. I don't have a, you know, I don't look at all my numbers. You know, I look at my numbers. I just don't look specifically at like profit margins and stuff like that. You know, I just make good decisions with my money, and I save everything I can, and I invest in my business, you know, and I invest in myself, you know, and stuff like that. So I hope that helps you with that question. Tony asked, the more you connect with the client, the better the gift. Maybe. It's all a feel thing. It's all a feel thing, man. You just, you know, however the client was with you, you know, normally I give everybody a gift certificate to a restaurant down here on the Gulf, and that's normally my thing, and everybody loves that, right? They're not expecting it. I show up to closing, and boom, I give it to them, and they love it. They're like, thank you so much. So I don't think it's more of what the gift is or how much it is, because I only give them $25 gift cards. I think it's the fact that you gave them anything at all, right? And more of the fact that you were there for them through the deal, through thick and thin, and they can depend on you for anything. That's what matters more. And then the fact that you gave them something on top of all that, you know? So the gift is not going to be like, oh man, he gave me this awesome, expensive gift, and so that's what did it for me. That's not what it is. It's going to be how he treated me through the deal. And even when things weren't looking that great, how did he handle it? Right? Did he stay calm and professional and look out for my best interest no matter what? Was he dependable? Did he answer his phone every single time I called? Those are the things that matter. What's up, guys? So, yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm available for some more questions if you guys got them. I'm dealing with this new software. You know, I'm just playing around with it. I'm going to make this show better and better and better as time goes on. I love doing this, and I love taking your questions. I love sharing what I think it takes to succeed in this business. You know, everybody has to be also self-aware of what they're good at and what they're not good at. You know, you have to figure out what you're good at and really
Okay, yes, ma'am.
you know, take advantage of what you have, the tools that you have genetically, right? You know. Richard asks, do I have any cross promotions with local businesses? No, I don't. Would it be a good idea? Sure. You know, I can't say it's a bad idea. I just, it's all about my clients, man. I put all my money and all my energy into my clients. I put every single thing I have into my clients. I could do some more marketing stuff, sure. I just did a billboard, you know, for the first time ever. I've been doing the Facebook thing. That's been really good. You know, I could do more marketing things. I could be more clever with the way that I, you know, do my marketing around town and stuff like that, you know. I mean, I definitely could, and you guys should, right? But I think more importantly is, you know, get tons of clients, provide them tons of value, right? And give them what they want. Create more value for them than they give you, and win over clients for life. Yeah, so I hope that helps, guys. Tony says, we appreciate your knowledge and insight. Thank you so much, Tony, for, you know, being a part of this and asking questions. You know, every time one of you guys asks us a question, you know, it's answering a question for hundreds of other people at the same time. So thanks for participating and asking questions. Tony also asked, am I doing Facebook ads for marketing, and what are you doing? Yeah, I do some Facebook ads. I don't put a lot of money into it, but you know, you can target your area, you can target an age range, you can target your clients. You know, there's a lot of things you can do, and you know, you're not going to necessarily get deals out of it, but you can build your brand around it. It just helps keep you in front of people, right? So, you know, build a business page, you know, start boosting some posts and creating some ads. Ask people to like your page, right? Try to build up your presence of people who like your page. And, you know, share all your market information on there. Share your new listings on there. Take pretty pictures of your area on there, you know, and boost it. Boost it around town and get people talking about it, you know. That's what it's all about. It's Facebook. I've sold a couple things off Facebook, but it's not going to be like the thing that like makes you $1 million, right? Tony says, thanks for your help. Hey guys, also, will somebody comment and let me know if the comments are actually showing up on the screen? I don't know if they're showing up on the screen or not like they are on my end. Bruce, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Talked to Bruce last week. Heck of a guy. He's killing it up there. Just keep going, man. Let me know what I can do to help. Tony says, I've been playing around with boosting posts for like $15 limit. So, yeah, I mean, just play around with it and see what happens. You know, $15 a day. Just do $15 a day for a little while. And hey, what's up? What's up, Patrick? Hey, Patrick. Are you seeing them like in the screen, or is it like down below? So that's what I'm wondering. Anyways, sure, yeah, do the Facebook ads and just see what happens, and change up your posts and your ads, and then kind of see, you know, see what happens. And when you find something, okay, that's what I'm saying, Patrick. It's supposed to be up in the screen the way I see it, but anyway, it's all good. It's just, you know. So Jonathan says, I know early in your career you did a bunch of handwritten cards, postcards. Do you think you got better results from handwritten cards versus standard mailouts? Oh, yeah, man. I mean, when you're trying to really get somebody's attention, handwrite a letter and handwrite the envelope. That's 100% open rate, okay? 100% open rate. Stephanie says, I like single family residents. I know you say to pick a subdivision and call them and send out postcards, but what are your thoughts on about covering several cities? Would it be better just to focus on one city or be broad? Be specific, focus on a niche. There's plenty of subdivisions in each city. So just dominate that. If you get a buyer that wants to buy something in another city, sure, take it and go and sell them something. But as far as your like marketing efforts and your, you need to focus on one specific niche in one area, and just, you got to own it. Tony says, do I do a landing page to capture leads and emails? I don't. Just something else I don't do, man. I do it the old-fashioned way. I talk to you, become your realtor for life because I'm going to be there for you forever. I tell you that from the beginning. Then I get their email address. That's how I get email addresses. All this internet stuff and landing page and internet leads and stuff like that, that's weak. Because people send you their email and then you kind of talk to them or whatever. Maybe they don't never return your phone call or email. But, it just doesn't, to me, you can do it, but the percentages are a lot lower of people you actually connect with and build a strong relationship with than people that you connect, that you contacted, instead of them contacting you online, that you contacted them by phone or in person. Your percentages are way higher to acquire those people as a strong lifelong relationship / client forever. It's just my opinion on that. Guys, this has been really cool. This has been really awesome. I'm going to keep going here for a couple more questions, but I do have to show a house here in about 25 minutes. So I got time for a couple more questions. Richard says, who would you get to handwrite it? Is there a specific company you'd use? Is there no way that anyone would understand my handwriting? The only time I use pen anymore is at the airport to fill in those cards. Check this out, man. Like, I don't have good handwriting either. Okay, it's just something you got to do. Like just do good like go slow and actually do okay handwriting. They're gonna like the fact that it's not perfect handwriting anyway. They're gonna be like, man, who is this? Right? It's gonna make it stand out. Other than having perfect handwriting, that's just not gonna really stand out. So it's actually gonna stand out more if it's your messed up handwriting that you try to make okay, than to hire somebody, pay them money, for perfect handwriting. It actually might connect with them better if you did it yourself. Tony says, my weakness, doing things the easy way instead of being uncomfortable. Man, listen, success is about being getting out of your box and out of your comfort zone. If you're not willing to do that, then you're being selfish because you're not. You have to do that to become successful. And if you're successful, you help everybody around you, your friends, your family, your coworkers, so on and so forth. So if you're not going to step out of your comfort zone to do that, okay, that means you're being selfish to all the people around you. Like, if you're not willing to just be a little uncomfortable for a second, then you're saying screw everybody around me, my friends, family, all that stuff. Step out of your comfort zone, do things that don't make you comfortable, okay, so you can be successful. The mindset that got you where you are now is not going to be the mindset that gets you where you want to be, if that makes sense to you. My man Jonathan, thank you for your service, number one. He says, talk about how important the people, your circle you build around you, help you make deals go smooth and keeps the pace of your business stay in a successful direction. Well, there's many that could that's a statement that could just go on forever and ever. And like I said, I got to go show a house, but there's a lot of different avenues there. There's your local agents. When you build a strong relationship with the local agents, and when you do deals with local agents and you show them how easy you are to deal with, and how when things go wrong, you're still going to be calm and cool and not blow up on them and stuff like that. and you build those relationships with the local agents, they're always going to be like, I'm so glad Ricky has this listing. I look forward to working with Ricky, blah, blah, blah. People are going to love to work with you when you're professional, you're calm, and you handle each negative situation in a very positive way. And you find the good out of bad things, okay? Now, that's the local agents. If you're talking about my friends and family, right, being good to them projects positive energy back to me, which projects positive energy to everybody around me at work, right? So it is a circle of energy that goes from you to them to somebody else back to you, right? And you have to be like good to every single person in every single way, under any circumstances. Be professional, calm, cool, and collected, and that's what's going to take you to the next level. It's a very awesome point, Jonathan. To be honest with you, it's really kind of a big reason for anybody's success, right? Is the way they treat everybody, and how when they treat them a certain way, when you genuinely care about somebody, then they genuinely care about you back. And everything works out good, even in bad situations, okay? And that's what he means by smooth. When bad things happen, but it still goes smooth, it's because the way you handled it, and you didn't let it get you down.
You hit continue, and it's going to say...
My cousin came down, Patrick, for the weekend, stayed with me from Huntsville, Alabama. He says, enjoy your weekend, cousin. Thanks for spending time sharing knowledge. Thank you, Patrick, for coming down, man. We enjoyed having you. You guys are welcome anytime. You know that. So, looking forward to seeing you again, bro. Hit me up. Richard says, some really great value bombs. Thank you for holding these events. It's been very useful. Thank you, Richard, for participating. Like I said, every question answers the same of other people. So, AD says, when you present to a potential listing, that's a bit of a distance from your base. Oh, that's a bit of a distance from your base. How do you sell that into the prospect? Are you saying that if there's a listing that's located far away from where you work? Is that what you mean, JD?
And I'll keep looking for that email.
Let me know.
No, sir.
Let me know if that's what you're talking about, JD. If you're asking me if a listing is far away from location-wise from where you are, is that what you're talking about? How do you get the listing if it's far away from? Okay, he answered me. He said yes. So, to be honest with you, man,
Okay.
if it's a listing that's really far away and it's out of your market, it's out of your comfort zone, just refer that out. You don't have time to drive, all this time back and forth for a listing when you could just give it to somebody else and get a 25% referral and use that same time to continue getting hundreds and thousands of clients, right? The time that you're driving, you're missing out on, 20, 30 clients there, and then 20, 30 clients driving back. So, absolutely, man. Just refer it out unless you're comfortable with that market, you know that market, and you feel good about, you feel good about it. Get it. That's a per, let's see if this works. No. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, JD says, yes, I'm in the center city, and sometimes I have a chance for suburban listings. I see other agents getting listings out there. In the suburbs here, it's conventional for the listing agent not to attend.
That's Friday.
Just go for it, man.
Good.
Whatever makes money and whatever, doesn't afford you too much time. Like if it takes up too much time, then don't do it. You have to evaluate every single situation that comes your way, buyers, sellers, so on and so forth. You have to evaluate that situation, see if it's worth your time. Okay, it's a case-by-case basis, right? So absolutely, you just have to evaluate it, see if that particular situation is worth your time, and then either do it or not. If not, refer it out where you can still make 25%.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Guys, I think I'm going to call it a day. Next week we'll do it again. I don't know what I'll talk about next week, but I look forward to it. I think I might have another program I'm going to use. But this has been fun. I've enjoyed hanging out with you guys. So the main question I'm wondering about is how to handle the local knowledge aspect. If you're saying you don't have the local knowledge for that particular listing, then go ahead and refer that out to somebody who does have the local knowledge. Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. Like I said, we'll do this again next week. Just give me a shout, shoot me a message, follow me on Snapchat, Instagram. Get my book, Zero to Diamond. Go to zerotodiamond.com and take my online course. I don't know. Whatever I could do to help you guys, I'm here. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to go sell a house. So we'll holler at you. Give me a shout.